Hey now, welcome to Preview Review for the Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, giving you a sneak peek and speaking geek right here on Preview Review. Well, guys, as we head into the Thanksgiving weekend, it is a huge time for movies, especially in the last 3 years. We're finally getting back to a full cinema. Good movies out there. We have got Wicked, which made 114, short of my 120 prediction, but over the 100 that the industry thought. So that was pretty good for them. But then I got to finally see Gladiator 2 this weekend. What are my thoughts? Horrible. Guys, I don't care about spoilers on this one. I actually don't want you to go see it. It was that bad. The CGI is horrible. There's horrible CGI rhinos. There's horrible CGI sharks. Yeah, in the middle of Rome in the Colosseum in water, which they actually did these boat fights in the middle of the Colosseum, but they had these horrible, just god-awful CGI sharks. I mean, stuff from, what was the one with Deep Blue Sea was better. Hell, Jaws was better. And they didn't even have CGI sharks back in the 70s. Look, Denzel Washington makes a line to go hose him down. In 200 AD, I don't think they had hoses and running water to hose someone down. It had no heart. It didn't have character development. You didn't know who was who and why this guy is ruling now. They make a reference to one of the emperors, Emperor Caracalla, having syphilis mildly through the middle of it, and that made no sense. The two of the emperors who were played by Joseph Quinn and Fred Heschinger, Emperor Geta and Emperor Kachala, came off like Jake and Logan Paul up there, and obviously the one with the syphilis was clearly Jake. It was just bad. You didn't care when anybody died. You're like, oh, okay, they died. They make a couple references to Maximus, Russell Crowe, and I think it's his hand at the end. Guys, it's just not. It's not a good movie. It made $55 million over the weekend. I went with 5 of my friends. One of them was laughing through some of the dumber parts of it. I was sitting there going, are they really doing this? For a Ridley Scott movie, one that we have been waiting for so long for. We wanted to see what was going to happen after the ending of the last one, which had so much character development, such great acting. Now, I'm not poo-pooing on the acting. Pedro Pascal was great. Paul Mescal, the new kid coming up who played Lucius, which you find out was the kid, but then he doesn't want to be the kid. Then all of a sudden he remembers he's the kid and that is mom. They sent him off when he was 12. You remember your mom by the time you're 12. It's not like he was a baby and didn't remember that was his mom. It really made no sense for 2.5, 3 hours of a film. It really didn't. I was so disappointed. I would have rather gone to see Wicked again. I'll sit through more Bo and Yang to not have to see this again. This thing needs to go right to streaming. Denzel did Denzel thing. It was Denzel in Training Day during Rome. It's basically the best way to put it. No plot line. Everything you could see was coming. It just not a good film. So that's my review of Gladiator 2. Boo. It was horrible. I'm trying to think of anything. Obviously, Pedro Pascal was probably the best character in the whole film. His general that he was playing, General Icarus, he was probably the best part of the film, and the rest of it was just horrible. The CG, the boat fights, everything they said they spent all this money on, it was just, what was the budget on this thing? It had to be expensive, and it just was not, $250 to $310 million on this? No. No. And I know Ridley Scott likes to work with more physical stuff, and they had to CG this thing. You can tell. His heart wasn't in it. That's just my opinion on it. In this weekend, you got Moana 2 coming in to take up the box office slack of the people that have already seen Wicked with their kids. They're going to go see Moana 2. I'm probably going to go see Moana 2 in a theater. And it's just not a good film. Let me know what you think, though. Maybe you got a different idea of it. I just really didn't like it. I walked out of there going, what the was that? I really just wait for streaming on that one, guys. You're not missing anything in the theater. All right, on to theme park news. The amount of text I got over this. The Muppets will be replaced by Monsters, Inc. at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Yes, the Muppet Vision 3D, which has been around since 1991, is going bye-bye. This was always the rumor that was out there. They delayed it as long as they could. That whole area is going to get blown out. They're getting rid of the 3D, Rizzo's Pizza, which has gone to crap over the last couple of years anyway. Mama Melrose, which is a great little Italian restaurant in the back, all that's getting blown out. And even part of the parking lot, which some people have, you Disney sleuthers have figured out, the back parking lot is going to get blown out for them building this big ride where you fly around in the doors and all that stuff. They're probably going to move the Laugh Factory from Magic Kingdom over to Hollywood Studios, so that's what's going to go in the current theater where the Muppets are. Now, a lot of people are like, let's preserve Miss Piggy's fountain and all the stuff that's in there, and I'm sure they're going to make a push for it. The film's already been digitized. That's already out there. The Jim Henson Company released a statement. Jim Henson's final project was Muppet Vision 3D. It was the last thing he worked on before he died. Now regarded as a true theme park classic, innovation was always Jim Henson's North Star, and his trailblazing career led him into a unique challenge. Truly immersive Muppet experience, which audiences are part of the happy chaos of the iconic Muppet Show. Originally debuting in 1991, Muppet Vision 3D combined 3D technology, real-world practical effects alongside animatronics and live Muppet characters. The result was a one-of-a-kind Jim Henson experience and an unforgettable capstone to Jim's magnificent career. As we learn of the show's upcoming closure in its current form at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we look forward to Muppet Vision 3D's next act. I'm sure they're going to move it. The rumor is that launch bay thing that makes no sense where it is at Hollywood Studios, they may turn that into a theater where you can go see Muppet Vision, which would make sense. That place over there they need to move that over to Batuu, Star Wars area. But this move works because then they can make a whole Pixar realm there. There is a backlot area between where Muppets is before you go to Batuu and you head over to currently Toy Story Land. There's a walkway there that I think they're going to blow out so you can just walk between the two Pixar areas. Make that Pixar area Star Wars, and then the back of the park, which is getting a remake as well. So the Muppets aren't completely leaving Disney Hollywood Studios. The rumor of this changing has been out there forever, whether it was going to be the Jonas Brothers. There were a couple other bands they threw out there to replace Aerosmith in the Rock and Roller Coaster. It is going to be the Muppets. It will replace them, and it will take over Rock and Roller Coaster and team up with the music's biggest stars for a rockin' musical festival. So rewrap everything, put up some new posters, and there you go. That's the ride. That's a 6-month turnaround, not a lot of construction. That's what they wanted to do over there. Although I'm wondering if they're going to add something because they just got rid of Lightning McQueen experience for the Cars thing back there. They may add some more Muppet back there. I think they should. I want to see the Muppets come back, although please, for the love of God, change the guy who does Kermit's voice. He's horrible since they got rid of the last guy. He's just bad. So that's what's going on. I got a lot of people going, oh yeah, Muppets are going, because I have friends who got on me because of Tom Sawyer's Island and Liberty Bell boat leaving Magic Kingdom. Okay, I get it. That's your guys' thing. They're replacing that with a Cars theme area, as it also molds into the Villains Land that's going behind Big Thunder Mountain, which is going to go under a year-long renovation, which if you've seen the one in Disneyland Paris, I have, it's awesome. It needs a reboot to keep up with that one. Yes, they have to keep changing stuff. There are staples that will never leave Disney. They're never going to leave. Haunted Mansion's never going to leave. Probably Peter Pan will never leave. That type of stuff is never going to leave. This stuff needs to keep getting updated. Tom Sawyer Island, kids don't know who that is. I went there with my nephews and they had no idea what it was about. They didn't know what the raft ride. They didn't care about riding on the Liberty Bell. They don't care about that stuff. Put in a Cars ride, bring in new people. You have to keep updating. With this, the Muppets haven't been out there they have tried so hard to reboot a Muppet show. Try to make it adult friendly, bring it up to date, put a movie out. None of that's there. Kids don't know who the Muppets are. They don't know the history of it. They don't know who Jim Henson is. Maybe they've sort of grown up on Sesame Street, but most of you kids are clicking around on your YouTube and just want flashy lights for 2 minutes. So I get this move. The Muppet Vision is outdated. I mean, it is digitized. They've added some graphic mapping in the theater, but it was time for a change. This was inevitable. They've let Pizza Rizzo's go to hell. Mama Melrose is great, but it's not enough to eat up that space, and Hollywood Studios is sort of confined with what they can do there. I think this was a good move. I'm not upset for it. So let's just see how this Monsters, Inc. thing is. Now, they better kick out another Monsters movie, or people are going to forget about that as well. And then it's just going to get eaten up by Star Wars, like Harry Potter is eating up all of Universal. which they're also rolling out. This is a strict response to everything Universal's doing down the street. This Epic universe looks like it's going to be epic. See what I did there? And that's what they're going to keep. They're trying to keep up with them down the street. And from everything I've been seeing coming out of there, that Epic universe is going to be crazy. The amount of technology they're adding to it, the engineering for the rides, the mechanics that are going into a lot of it, going to be different. And it's going to be a game changer, and Disney is going to have to keep up. I mean, Disney has that's where everybody wants to go. On the other side of the world, they probably don't know about Universal as much as we do, but they know about Disney. So Disney's always going to have that, so we'll have to see. And then also, one last thing, we got a new Sonic 3 trailer today. I'm stoked for this. I love the other two. I thought they were going to be campy and jokey and stupid, and they were, and I loved it. The first one made $300 million worldwide, which was a shock to everybody, especially when they had to retool Sonic because of the whole teeth thing. Ugh. The second one made $400 million. This one comes out January 20th to kick that Craven movie in the butt that Sony keeps trying to keep up with their own Marvel stuff. Craven the Hunter, no one cares. They tried this with the other 3 or 4 characters. Even this last Venom was a disaster. I didn't like it. That one is coming out on December 20th. And this is the first time Jim Carrey's done a role 3 times. And they've asked him, why are you doing it? It's a comic book or a video game fun movie. He's like, I just like the character. It's fun. And he gets to play 2 of himself in the same movie this time. So I'm stoked for that. I will definitely be checking that out. Hey, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Gladiator 2. I really want to know what everybody else thought, because we walked out there laughing at it. Not thinking, that's one of those epic movies that I'm going to watch on a double VHS when it comes out, like the original one. And my dad bought 5 versions of it on DVD. I don't know why, but he did, because it's man stuff. And this one was just a pile. So let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And until next time, hey, if I don't see you, have a good Thanksgiving. Peace and love. Peace and love.